Okay, y'all, let's make this homemade chicken noodle soup. Listen, I feel embarrassed and silly with this voice, and I hope y'all can understand what I'm saying. But the reason why I'm making this soup is because of this voice. I've been sick and I'm trying to get well, so I thought nothing better than some homemade chicken noodle soup. And it is so good, and it is just so easy to make, and it's also not expensive. So, I mean, you can eat it out of a can if you want to, which I could totally have done, but I'd much rather have this. So, let's get started. To your stock pot, you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter and a little bit of olive oil. And let that melt down. Y'all, this laryngitis gets me about every 4 or 5 months, 3 or 4 months, I feel like. It always starts in my head, and the next thing you know, it's in my chest, and then I can't talk, and it happens to me too often. But this always helps, or usually. Okay, to your butter and oil, you're gonna add, I've got about 3 stalks of celery, and I've got it kind of diced up kind of finely. And I usually do about 4 big carrots, but I found this already chopped. It says soup and stew. Yes, ma'am. Anything to make it easier. We'll put all that in there. We're gonna saute this until these get softened. It's been cooking down now for about, 6 or 7 minutes. To that I'm gonna add, I'm almost out of it. You could do 2 cloves of garlic, or you could just use garlic, and you know me, I'm gonna go the easy way. So I'm gonna just do a big old heaping more than that. We like garlic. Now this soup doesn't have any onion, so it's just gonna be the garlic. Let that cook for about a minute, 30 seconds. You don't wanna burn your garlic. All right, then you're gonna add 2 boxes of, I use stock just because it feels a little richer, not money rich, taste-wise. Now y'all be able to hear it's calmed down. You need to be able to hear since my voice is so bad I can't project my voice. All right. To this we're gonna add about a tablespoon of this roasted chicken Better Than Bouillon. Let me get it open. Y'all literally had to go get my husband to open that for me. I could not get it open. So when I say a tablespoon, I just mean one of these kind. Just about like that. Get that in there. All right, then we're gonna do half of a teaspoon of rosemary, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You know, we want everything hot around here, which this won't make it hot, just give it a little bite. Lots of pepper. I'm not gonna add any salt just yet because all that broth and that Better Than Bouillon, all that is salty, so you can add salt later, but I wouldn't do it right now until you taste it. 1 bay leaf. And I don't know what this bay leaf does, but it always goes in there. We're gonna let this come to a boil and we'll go from there. Okay, once you get it to a full rolling boil, you're gonna let it do that for about 5 minutes. Continue to cook those vegetables. Those carrots were a little bit bigger than I normally cut them, so I'm trying to cheat the system by using those already cut up ones, and that's fine. And they're gonna be fine, but they took a little longer to soften because they were bigger than I usually do. But the first thing you do now, I've let that boil for about 5 minutes. First thing I'm gonna do is take out that bay leaf, because if I don't, I'm gonna forget about it. Somebody's gonna end up with that in their bowl. All right, so to this you're gonna add, you can turn this down a little bit now. I have 4 chicken thighs. I can't talk, y'all. That's so ridiculous. 4 chicken thighs put in there. And then you're gonna add your noodles. Now I use these al dente brand. I don't know if you have that wherever you're at, but whatever kind of egg noodle you want, that's what you need to do. Or any kind of noodle that you want. Anyway, this is a 12 ounce bag. I'm gonna start with about half of it because last time I put the whole thing in, it seemed like it was a little too noodly. It's a little bit more than half. All right. You can let that come back up to a boil, and then you're gonna turn off the heat and put the top on it and let it steep for about 20 minutes, and then it's ready. Okay, so I'll see you back in a minute. All right, let's check it. Y'all, my house smells like, I can't even explain it. It smells so good. Y'all see how good that looks? See how the noodles swell up? So that's why I said don't put the whole bag, because they do get big. Let's get us a bowl. Let's try it. The comfort in that soup is exactly what you need when you don't feel good. It's so good, if I do say so myself. Y'all need to try this. You can leave out the red pepper. There is a little bite to it because I did put the pepper in there. My daughter's gonna be mad at me for that. I always take food down to her house after I cook all this stuff, but it's delicious, y'all. It's so good. And as I finish up here, I just wanted to say to y'all, thank you so, so much. Y'all, I can't express to y'all what it means to me to have all of y'all following me and inboxing me. The day after Thanksgiving and during Thanksgiving, I cannot tell you how many people text me and said I did the dressing and it was a hit and everybody loved it and I'm now the dressing hero or whatever. And I feel like a proud mom every time y'all tell me y'all made one of my recipes. Because listen, I'm not a chef, I'm not even a cook. I'm just a person that cooks and I'm just sharing it with y'all. But the fact that y'all are interested in what I'm cooking and that y'all are interested in my stories and all the things, you don't even know. I told my husband, I said, I feel like I've gained hundreds of thousands of friends and it just really feels like that. And I can't even express to y'all how much that means to me. For somebody like me who's never really felt like they measured up in so many ways in my life, it's meant the world to me. And I also want to say, if you leave me a comment and I don't respond, I'm trying so hard to respond to everybody, but there's no possible way I can get to everybody. So don't ever think that I skipped you on purpose. I just didn't get to it. But and I even go back sometimes. You might see you left me a message 4 days ago and I'm just now responding, but I'm trying to get to them. So just know that. And if you DM me and it takes me a couple of days, also, I forget about DMs. I forget that's even there. So anyway, I love y'all. Thank you so much.